Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are here for another premium live event recap of WWE World Wrestling Entertainment. Money in the Bank was last night. It is Sunday afternoon. I'm your host, the new Mr. Bullet Cash in the Bank. 3 times, baby. 3 times. I'm cashing it in on something that you people have never, ever seen before. I'm joined by the new and 15-time Bullet Cash champion. He celebrated with a bender, with a couple of Steve Weisers, with some dudes that he might play baseball with. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Brandon Tanguma.
Phillip, I'm doing okay. Was a long night last night, celebrating the title win, but I'm here as the champion should be, fighting champion, going to defend it next week as well. So, it's nice to know that
Are we defending it next week?
Well, that's what I was told. I thought
I looked on the thing. I got the dates confused. When it was actually supposed to be on the line, we didn't even do it.
Oh, well, okay. Sucks. I'm still the champion.
So SummerSlam's the next defense for the champ. We also have a man who was trying to get the championship of the world, Lil Durst.
Gang,
What's up, man?
we out here hungover. It is what it is.
Man, everybody was getting litty last night. But let's talk Money in the Bank. Brandon, you know your role, buddy.
Yep. No, I know my role, and sometimes I shut my mouth, but all the time. But we do have no pre-show. There was a pre-show, but no pre-show matches. So they started off with a Money in the Bank match, and it was the women's. Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Becky Lynch, Lacey Evans, Raquel Rodriguez, and Shotzi go 16 minutes, 35 seconds, and Liv Morgan captures the briefcase. It was a sloppy match. There was definitely some not blown spots, but some awkwardness. And you throw some ladders in there, and
it makes it look more gritty, and it looks like it hurts more.
Stuff's gonna happen. I couldn't tell if Shotzi was bleeding or not because she had like red makeup and it looked like it was maybe smudged or blood. I couldn't tell, but
something happened. There might have been a laceration to Shotzi. Shout out Shotzi, this town business. Gang.
She's okay. Nurse her back to health.
Yes, absolutely. I called it. I called Liv winning because you only live once, And we'll talk about what happened later on in the night. And Michael Marks thinks he's mid. The only thing mid around here is Los Ingobernables de Japón. Not a baseball team out here in the Bay. But yeah.
Calling Los Padres mid is a.
I said Los Ingobernables.
Well, you were almost going to say Los Padres, but that would have been a compliment because that would just say.
Oh, really?
That would be like we're a 500 team.
Oh,
which we're not.
I know a couple 8-year-olds that might give y'all a run for y'all money.
Probably. I mean, we had like a 300-pounder dude shut us down last week. So you should have seen me, Phillip. Last week was honestly the most angry I've probably ever been during a baseball game because I'm usually even keel. I might have an outburst or something, but it was bad. Oh, your boy was in his feelings. I had to play some of that.
When's the next game?
Next Sunday.
Yep, next Sunday. Don't know when, don't know where, but we'll show up and
I will show up.
We'll try our damnedest.
I will show up, man. But what are your thoughts on Liv Morgan winning the women's Money in the Bank?
Who?
Yeah, who? Pronouns, pal.
Him. You are him.
I'm him.
No, the other him.
Oh, the other him. Oh, I don't think she should have won it. I don't know.
Who are you?
She's mid. You could have put Becky. Could have given it to Asuka.
Well, your audio sounds terrible, by the way. Jesus Christ.
What?
Your audio sounds terrible.
I mean, I'm on my phone. I'm sorry. What do you want me to do here?
There you go. That sounds better.
Oh, it's probably because I have my thumb covering it. My bad.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, look, Becky, she doesn't need it. She can get to the title without Money in the Bank. Asuka didn't need it. Raquel, I thought, that there were a couple moments where I thought, are they just going to go for the powerhouse? No, okay. But hey, I mean,
Raquel had a good spot in there.
I thought she was going to powerbomb Asuka through the ladder, but that didn't happen. And then Becky bounced off off of Oscar when she did the leg drop. I was like, oh boy.
More like sliding off of her.
It was a slide. It was a slippery slope. That it. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean the match was fine. I thought there was no clear and obvious winner. I mean, I picked Lacey just because she's kind of like the new girl in town, and once again, she was like a good old American babyface, I guess, but the crowd wasn't really having it. So I thought maybe this could be a way to turn her or do something or another. But give it to Liv, and usually they don't like having two or Money in the Banks at the same time. So it did make sense later on in the show what happened, but I didn't think in the women's match there was any like great options. So I can't complain too much about Liv, even though I would have liked to see Shotzi win it, obviously, pretty much that was it. Because Alexa, Asuka, been there, done that. Becky would have been interesting because of what they did on Raw to maybe turn her or something, and Becky was pretty much the only person that the crowd cared about, and Asuka to an extent.
Whoa. There was a nice little pop for Liv when she won, so you can't complain.
All right, next up, the second match was for the United States Championship. Theory defending against Bobby Lashley. This one goes 11 minutes, 5 seconds as Lashley puts on the Hurt Lock and makes Theory tap out.
This was fun. I enjoyed this. I thoroughly enjoyed this.
Yeah, the match was cool. No like super underhanded tactics by Theory, really. Like a poke to the eye. They didn't like drag out DQ or double count out or something, which I thought that was going to be the way they were going. But I guess we understood why they did this later, but they just have Lashley win, and with no Roman pretty much at all, but definitely on Raw, it makes sense to put it on Lashley, have a babyface champion, and they've done a little bit to elevate the secondary titles with Theory, but I think putting it on Lashley does make a lot of sense if they are going to stick with Roman.
Survivor Series, Gunther versus Lashley. Give me that. Yes. Come on, Bobby Lashley, 3-time U.S. champion. I'm happy for the man.
So what are you going to do? Have the U.S. title versus the Intercontinental champion?
Is that what we've been doing for Survivor Series for these past?
It's the one time a year that Raw and SmackDown go head to head, except for the Royal Rumble, Money in the Bank.
Well, that's really every
Elimination Chamber.
So that's every person for themselves. At Survivor Series, they're a joint unit.
Oh, okay, got it.
Come on, man. You have to know that. Come on, brother.
It's when they put on the red and blue T-shirts, which they didn't do it last time, which I was very happy about.
Of course, they didn't do it.
Maybe they'll bring them back.
They didn't need to do it.
Yeah. Marks, what do you think of Lashley being the new champion and kind of being the top guy, I guess, in terms of championships over there on Raw?
I'm okay with it. I'm not the biggest fan of Theory. He's I don't know. That gimmick, I'm just not feeling it. Put the title on Lashley.
What do you mean you're not feeling it? He's Mr. McMahon's protege, the youngest United States champion in history. How dare you? Oh, Michael.
That gimmick is awful.
What do you mean?
It's awful.
How is it awful?
Uh-oh. It's terrible. Like,
what?
All he does is take selfies.
You're just saying words. You're not giving it an actual elaboration.
It's I don't even know how to explain it. It's that bad.
Or you don't know how to explain it because you just
That's
don't
what
like
I'm trying
it,
to say here.
and you don't know what to say about it.
Yeah. I'm saying
Look, this is
in my opinion, it's
look,
bad.
This is a highly well received.
He's a good wrestler, yes, but the gimmick's bad.
Look, man, this is a highly well received wrestling podcast. If we're gonna be here, you got to come with some arguments, some valid arguments. This isn't Cornette where we just bash things, okay? Yeah.
Actually, I think he's a huge fan of Theory.
Probably is. Probably wants him to fuck his wife.
Oh, Jesus.
All right. So then we get the Raw Women's Championship matches. Bianca Belair defends against Carmella. This one only goes 7 minutes, 10 seconds. Bianca retains as everyone expected it to be, with the late addition of Carmella replacing Rhea Ripley. The match was fine. Carmella, it was kind of not a dominant performance, but definitely Bianca. There was no real doubt that she was going to lose this match. And then there was a little attack afterwards with Carmella. And so it looks like they're continuing this. Maybe, hopefully not till SummerSlam, because I do want to see that Rhea Ripley match. But and it also opened the door to possibly Liv cashing in, but no, because Bianca was limping a little bit, but Liv didn't decide to cash in on this one.
No, I thought Liv was going to cash in. I was like, oh, they're going to do this and she's going to lose it, which on Twitter, there was some dude who was like, Liv won it. She won the briefcase, but she's not going to win the title. And then KO had a nice little interaction with that dude. I thought that was funny. His name was Brandon, too. Gives you guys a bad rap.
I know. Did he spell it the right way?
Oh, yeah, it's spelled correctly.
Okay. But I mean, they did make it like a big point, like during the show and on the pre-show, to be like, oh, the women's match, it's 100% success rate, and Liv, with the way she's kind of always been knocked down and getting back up, you know, Charlie Brown with the football. I know you like that analogy, Phillip. But nope, she didn't do it here, but she did do it. So
I've never realized how much of a banger Carmella's new theme is. I was like, I can dig this. I'm like, yeah, throw it in a rotation. I'm like, yeah, this is it. This is fire. You know what I'm saying? No, nobody.
Hey, you know, it's all right. It's cool.
It's all right.
What's
one of the few that actually has words?
Well, good for her.
Yes.
What was up with Bianca's get up? She had the one tight.
Oh, she had the Zack Ryders on.
That okay, that's what he was talking about, because I saw you tweeted something and I was like, what is she doing? Okay, it makes sense. It makes sense now. I get it.
Cardona tweeted something. What did he say?
Well, he just said like thanks. I think he said like thanks Bianca for the shout out or something.
Yeah.
So now it makes sense why he said that.
He did used to do the long leg. His pants were weird. One leg was long tights. The other side was trunks. It was something different. Very innovative though. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was creative. Yes.
Marks, what do you think of Bianca Belair's pants?
That was the one match I haven't seen.
Damn. So then we get
like we said, it was a long night last night. I had to wake up this morning and watch a couple matches.
Well, I got home, tried to watch the last couple matches, was unsuccessful, so then I had to watch the men's Money in the Bank match later again right before the show. But we get the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships on the line as the Usos defend against the Street Profits. The Street Profits taking it back to their NXT days, dancing in the crowd. This one goes 23 minutes, and the Usos retain with a little bit of some controversy, as Montez Ford's shoulders up was seemingly up the entire time. So they do have an out. Looks like they're going to run it back possibly at SummerSlam. I enjoyed this match. On paper, this looked like it was going to be the best match, and I think they really did deliver. The crowd was hot. They wanted the Street Profits to win. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, but I love the match, and I also love the finish because it was like a sports-like finish, and we don't see it all that often with like a...
We don't see sports-like finishes in sports entertainment?
I'm talking about like a messed up finish with the referee, but it wasn't like over the top, like foot on the rope or cheating, grabbing the tights. It's like, you know, the shoulders were not down and the referee counted them as down.
You know, it's a lost finish. The foot under the rope, you know, because that counts as being out also. We need to bring that back. That was a nice little WCW trope I liked back in the day.
I think like a women's match in AEW, they had it under the rope last week or this week. I forget.
They're trying.
They did have the foot under the rope. So there you go.
Foot, limb, whatever. Oh, look, man, them souls. I keep saying it, man. We're talking about 7-star FTR. These Usos, man, just because they only have 2 championships doesn't mean that they're less credible than FTR.
Man.
Come on, man. They have the titles, the World Tag Team Championships. Man, the Usos, man, one of the greatest teams of this generation, man. This is amazing. 300 plus days as tag team champions. Dawkins and Ford, they delivered, man. And hey, Dawkins, shout out to X-Pac, man. He said Dawkins has potential to be a single star too, not just Montez. Got to throw that out there, man. Got to throw that out there. Yes, sir. I think that they need to be like the New Day. They don't need to actually break up. They can just, you know, kind of go do some single stuff, but still be together and whatnot. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
I can see that because the obvious story I think is Dawkins turning on Ford, and like I haven't seen SmackDown, so when they brought up that they weren't getting along or something, that just kind of came out of the blue for me. But they didn't really lean into that during the match at all. But this was kind of the first time like I noticed Montez has like really put on his muscle, like put on 20 pounds of muscle, I think McAfee said. And he's definitely bulked up. He looks good, still kind of has the same physique, but he's not as skinny. So it looks like he's changed his body a little bit, possibly getting ready for that singles run. Whether I think he has to be a face because I think his fire is probably one of the best just in the business. The way he gets fired up, and I mean, even saw when he did his little plancha over the turnbuckle, which we haven't seen in some time.
Yes. When do I go on my singles run?
Oh well, when are you going to turn on me, or when do I turn
Whoa,
on you?
whoa! Why do we have to do that? Why can't we just go our separate ways?
Oh well, you want
You always need a good heel turn, though.
What?
So you always need a good heel turn. Best way to do it is turn on your partner.
I've already had one here. I don't need another. Guys, Podcasso's not coming back. I know you people loved it. Can't come back. No. Shout out strictly for the culture. He tweeted at me a video of Drake singing "I Want It That Way" with the Backstreet Boys, and it brightened up my day. I'm not gonna lie.
That's nice. Love to see Strictly for the Culture listen to the last episode.
Yes.
Took my side, obviously.
I mean, look, we're grown men. We don't take sides. All right.
Okay.
We have discussions. We evaluate. Points. Just so happened I have more points on the board.
Okay. Just because you have more points doesn't mean they're right.
What do you mean? That's exactly what that means.
I don't know. Then we get the SmackDown Women's Championship as Ronda Rousey defends against Natalya. This one goes 12:30. Ronda Rousey retains. I will be honest. I had my beer goggles on for this one, so I don't remember too much about it.
How long was this?
12:30.
Really? Speaking of Natalya, Mark, you a big fan of her YouTube channel?
I've never seen it.
It's a great channel. It's a great channel.
As much as I'm on YouTube, I've never seen it.
They're bouncy girls.
Oh, the Yiddies is out.
Whoa! Hey now.
I mean, we're not doing this during nighttime, but it's still Bulletcast After Dark.
Yeah, all I said was they're bouncy girls. That's all I said.
I mean,
you
can insinuate. I'm just making sure.
She's on the newest episode. You guys watch that chiropractor, Dr. Bo? He be cracking all the famous people. I see like highlights of those types of things on TikTok, but never like a full video. Go watch his videos, man. He's a great interview. You might have to have him on this show while he's cracking marks up. We might have to shoot the breeze about some wrestling. Yeah,
I don't know if I'm a celebrity. I don't know why he'd be cracking me up.
Oh, well, I mean, he's a chiropractor. We'll get him out here for you. Bring the equipment.
Don't really know why I need one, but all right. Hey, if it's free, it's for me. So that's all that matters.
Well, we'll see what's going on with that. The SmackDown Women's Championship match. Thought it was cool. How dare Ronda put a Canadian in a sharpshooter? The audacity. I'm just glad it wasn't Canada Day. That would have been even worse. I don't know. Did the crowd seem to like Ronda more here than in recent months? I mean, it would make a little bit of sense because of her UFC past in Vegas, so she would have a little bit more built-in fandom there. I just felt like they kind of lost the crowd a little bit in this match. Like they were kind of determined to have their style of match, and the crowd wasn't really buying it. And Ronda is Ronda. People respect and like Natty, but she's never been, like a super fan favorite by any means. So what do you mean? Those reactions, bro. Natty has gotten some of the biggest pops that I've ever heard on a show. Okay, so it's not the Road Warrior pop; it's the Natalya pop now. That's not what I didn't say that. I was just saying she's gotten some loud ones, brother. Anyways, after the fact, Ronda selling
what was it, her leg or her something or another.
Yep.
And Liv Morgan comes out, cashes in, only takes 35 seconds for her to pin old Ronda Rousey. So
when she was in the ankle lock, I'm like, oh my God, they can't do this to Liv. Don't do that to her. But no,
I laughed.
I
laughed when I saw that happen.
She was able to get out of that. She and Becky Lynch are the only people to pin Ronda Rousey and win championships. Come on now. And hey, actually, Liv's pin over Ronda is actually more accurate because no shoulders were up. So there you have it. A definitive win goes to Liv Morgan. Shout out to her, man. The girlhood dream has come true for Liv Morgan. One of the better docs that WWE's put out over the last couple of years was that Liv Morgan one on the network on the cock. Hey, look, she grew up wanting to do this, wanting to be a world champion in WWE, and now she is one. You can't hate the story or the journey. Congrats to Liv Morgan. Let's see what she does with it.
Yeah, I mean, good for her for getting the win. I don't know what this means going forward because I would assume they're going to have Ronda on SummerSlam. So Liv and Ronda seems like a very big mismatch. So I don't know if just Ronda takes it back from her or Liv finally rises up to the occasion and wins the big one finally. But as I said, they usually, especially like for the women, like the women usually will cash in that same night, and it made sense that Liv did it. It is more of a heelish thing to do, but Ronda's not exactly the most favorable person in the world. So I think people look past that and they like Liv. So it all just kind of, it worked out. So good for her. And I think it does make sense for Liv to do it on Ronda and just have two, babyface champions on, don't go after Bianca because Bianca's Bianca. Ronda, as much as she's the top tier woman over there making the big monies, I think she can take it. She's fine.
She can take it. She's going to go back to her husband and her kid and her farm. And we'll see her again in probably another 2.5 years.
Oh, she's going back to the cult.
Whoa.
Go to another Flat Earth convention.
With
AJ Styles.
She's going to hang out with all the Sandy Hook truthers.
All right, let's mute that shit.
In the main event, it is the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Drew McIntyre, Bad Cat Moss, Omos, Riddle, Sami Zayn, Seth Rollins, and Sheamus Budweight. Old scrap daddy.
Hold on. It's Seth freaking Rollins. You got to add the freaking.
I'm sorry. I don't like doing the cult speak, but yes, Seth freaking Rollins. And not so fast, my friends. Scrap Daddy Adam Pearce shows up and for some reason just says theories in the match. No rhyme or reason. Obviously, Pat and Cole speculated that it was Mr. McMahon's doing, which I think having Vince McMahon on television and storylines still is baffling to me. But
because he's one of the greatest characters of all time, of course. Of course, he's still going to be on TV. Come on now. I was like, who's it going to be? Is it going to be? I was like, is Cena's music going to hit? Is who?
Yeah, that was the other thing because they really set it up to be something, and then it was just Theory. So the crowd was angry that it was Theory, but also angry it wasn't like a bigger name.
Yeah, I thought it was going to happen or something. I was like, what's happening? I was like, is my Cody thing going to happen? I was like, is my crazy Theory gonna happen? Get it? See what I did there? Is it gonna happen? But no, it didn't. It was Theory, and I think the youngest person to win Money in the Bank too. Wow!
Look at that. Put it on the resume.
Youngest U.S. champ, youngest protege of Mr. McMahon, youngest guy to win the Money in the Bank. The match was cool. Drew giving Butch the old Claymore on the spin effect. Guys falling off of ladders. I thought it was going to be Seth. I really wanted it to be him. I thought he needed it. And we run a kind of a repeat of WrestleMania 31 at the end of SummerSlam with Brock and Roman, but I thought that could have been something special, man.
Yeah, I thought there was a lot of different ways you can go with it. Unlike the women's match where I thought you could just pick anyone and it really doesn't matter much. I thought there was good stories with Rollins, with even Riddle, and especially Sami Zayn. But they threw Theory in there for some reason, and now he's the Money in the Bank guy. I thought the match was cool. I thought it was a good match. It was not like death defying by any means. Like Riddle kind of had the big spots with the floating bro off the ladder and the RKO and all those things. But I want to give some lift to Omos. I thought Omos had a good showing here. Building around him, having him be the monster spots. The thing is, Omos isn't going to be in 7-man ladder matches where the whole thing is about him every time. He's going to have singles matches and tag matches. That's kind of where he gets exposed. But in these, multi-man matches where he can just be the giant, I think he does well. But it's just the
Honestly,
other
bro,
50 weeks of the year.
Look, Omos doesn't have to do a whole lot. He really doesn't. He could do the big man shtick for a very long time because Omos is an attraction. When people see that giant being when you're at a show, you're just like, whoa, wait a second. And you're kind of lost in awe of his size, and you're not worried about the in-ring work, brother. He's a better Khali than Khali, I'll say it.
Well, he's much more athletic than Khali, so
I don't know. I saw Khali jump over the top rope once. I don't know.
Yeah, but
Japan Khali was different.
Yeah,
didn't Khali come into WWE hurt already?
Well, he basically had no knees he had no knees by the time he came in.
His face is hurt.
Hey, don't. Great
Khali. Body shaming people.
He's a good brother.
That's not body shaming. Stop that.
What was the crew? It was Great Khali, Hornswoggle, and like Mark Henry. It was just a hodgepodge of misfit toys. Just,
I guess, brother.
That's a hell of a look right there. But
no idea. Theory wins. You know what? You know what should have. I kind of. So this was put into my mind. I forgot where I heard this, but Sami Zayn wins the briefcase, and let's say Brock were to beat Roman. Roman would demand that Sami gave him the briefcase, and Roman got the title back.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like super up on SmackDown, to be honest, so I kind of look past Sami Zayn, but after kind of thinking about it and hearing other people talk about the Sami Zayn character, I thought it would have been very interesting to see how he played it, because he can play it so much differently than what Theory is going to be. He's going to gloat, he's going to cash it in on some unsuspecting person, and it's just the briefcase is just going to be there. It's just a trinket for him. When I think Sami could have done something with it, could have told a nice story, especially with no Roman there.
No, I think not Sami, but what if Theory cashes in on Cody like right after he wins the championship? This feel-good moment that here comes Theory.
That'd be good.
That's something that they'll do. Or
get that boy a lot of heat.
Yeah. I mean, Marks is basically he's basically a Sami Zayn. He's doing the gimmick, just he doesn't have a shirt.
Yeah, I mean, Sami Zayn.
And you don't have the luscious locks like Sami.
That's all right. I got the ginger beard. That's all that matters. He showed that us gingers are also part of the bloodline, and that's all that matters.
Roman gave him the nod. Nobody's given you the nod yet. I'll talk to the Fatus. I'll see if we can do something for you. All right. We'll see. Come with me to Stars of Wrestling in a couple weeks. We'll talk to the Usos. We'll see what's up. No?
I mean, that depends on what day.
It's a Saturday.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Good chance I'll be busy, but maybe not.
What are you gonna do?
Got to take my vitamins.
Oh. Say your prayers, brother.
I don't know about all that now.
Oh, hey now.
Not sure about that.
Overall grade for WWE Money in the Bank 2022. Brandon, what are you giving it?
I think I'll give it a B-. Okay. The Money in the Bank matches were fine. Nothing like spectacular. It's basically from it. The only reason it's not like a C is the tag team match, because I just thought that match was fantastic. So
yep.
Just B- basically for the tag match.
Okay. Lil Durst.
I'm trying to decide between a C+ and a B-, because it was good, but there's nothing that stood out to me, I guess.
Just the tag.
The tag match was good.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I really like the U.S. title match. I really felt like those two really worked well together. Like besides the tag match being match of the night, that's like the second. In my opinion. I'll give it a B -2. Yeah.
Wasn't
So
the great.
so
wasn't
you're
the
saying
worst.
this show was better than Forbidden Door according to your grades, Phillip? Because didn't you and Brian gave it a C?
Well, bro, like Forbidden, nothing.
Hating.
Like what happened at Forbidden Door? What Osprey and Cassidy, really good match. Okay, yeah, that's it. Nothing happened. Change champion, like do something different. Like sure, FTR won the IWGP tag titles. Okay, you could have put the US title on Cassidy. You could have shaken things up like that. Do something different. No, but no.
Well, that's what happens. You got two promotions, politics, and also throw the AAA CMLO shenanigans in there
Who
because,
cares about that?
well, apparently they do.
That's
So,
stupid. Like what even happened?
well, down in Mexico, AAA and CMLO is a very big rivalry, and you're not supposed to mingle. And it's not even. It's like a Mexican thing because because FTR are the AAA champions. They're able to wrestle on the show, but Lucha Bros, Andrade, and those guys weren't able to do it, which makes no sense to me. But I'm not a part of it.
AEW dudes are showing up on WWE TV. They need to get it together. They need to stop being little prissy prisses and just work together. That's all I got to say. That does it for our Money in the Bank recap. Big things are coming. The Levi Shapiro interview is going up either Monday or Tuesday. Bullet Cast will be released on Thursday. Friday night, Brandon and myself are at the new venue for West Coast Pros Cruel Summer. Might be talking to Big Booker T. We don't know what's going to be happening with that. And then the week after that, Ugwa's More Gay Shit is going to be happening. I'll be there conducting interviews and
Hell of a name.
yes, yeah, hey man, it is a hell of a name, and possibly doing some commentary as well. And yeah, well, busy couple months coming up for the BC. Thank you guys so much. Diamonds are forever. So is the Microphone Messiah. Aye.